Alright, hello, and welcome to 5 Things I Love and Hate about Crash Bandicoot, which was released on the PlayStation 1 in 1996. I'll only be talking about the first game in the series, and I won't be discussing the N.Sanity trilogy. That will come in the future. Let's go back to a simpler time, when platforming was king, and Crash Bandicoot was still a PlayStation exclusive. Last time out I started with a negative for Bugs Bunny Lost in Time. So this time, let's begin with some positivity. What would Crash Bandicoot be without his spin attack? Crashing through boxes, smashing through enemies. It's always super satisfying. Just imagine if they stuck with the original name, Willy Wombat. Would Crash still be a success? Or Willy, I should say. Sometimes what you need is a good name, and Crash Bandicoot nails it. Something I have never enjoyed about Crash Bandicoot 1 is the bizarre save system. You can only save the game if you either collect a gem or if you finish a bonus stage in a level. And this isn't like the bonus stages in every other Crash game. If you die in a bonus stage, you don't get to reattempt it, that's your only chance. This also includes the Brio bonus and Cortex bonus stages, making them an absolute nightmare to complete. Not every level even has a bonus stage, so you could have passed 5 levels without being able to save. Let's just hope the game doesn't crash. The music in Crash 1 is much different to any other Crash game. You get a real sense of fear and some intrepidation. It's so much more chilling and atmospheric than in the later games. Just listen to some of my favourites. When you play this game, you will notice how stiff Crash feels to move. He is stiffer than Prince Andrew at one of his parties with Jeffrey Epstein. That's a bit controversial. His jumping will feel super heavy, like he has an anvil in his shorts. This will make precise jumping very tough. Although once you get used to it, it does make levels such as the High Road way easier than on N.Sanity trilogy. Although you can only choose one level at a time, the idea of having a 3D map to show the progress across the islands is a really cool idea. It really does feel like you're going on an adventure. You can even see the features on the map that appear in levels, such as the volcano for Koala Kong's boss fight, and the factory for Cortex Power. Power! Collecting gems is just a chore in this game. In order to collect one, you must break all the boxes in a level. Sounds straightforward. However, Unlike in future Crash games, if you die at any point, all the boxes will reappear before your current checkpoint, meaning you'll see this screen way more often than not. Not only that, but there's so many coloured gem paths, making levels you can actually get gems on rarer than a sunny day in Britain. When playing through this game to get the footage for this video, I managed to get a total of 4 gems. I lost one of those because the game crashed, and I haven't saved it, which takes me back to hate number 1. From riding on warthogs, to climbing the storm-drenched Cortex Castle, and even running from giant boulders, ba-ba-da-ba, there is a magnificent amount of variety as you go on a journey, from being washed up on N.Sanity Beach, all the way to Cortex's blimp in the sky. There is a real sense of progression, with the intensity of the levels increasing ever more. It really does stick to the classic platforming, which are my favourite types of Crash levels. When replaying the game, I noticed Crash 1 has a lot of momentum problems. Firstly, you'll find yourself continuing to move after spinning boxes. This will lead to a lot of unnecessary deaths. He can also be really slow to start moving or to be precise. Maybe he needs to eat some more Wumpa fruit, since in this game he does feel very sluggish. However, if you do die a lot, which if you're me, I definitely did die a lot, this game will have you covered. They realised this game was tough, so they put so many extra lives in this game. There's just stacks and stacks of extra life boxes scattered across the levels. In my playthrough, I easily hit 99 lives, and I wasn't even playing that well. This does counterbalance the difficulty of the levels very nicely. You won't need many lives to beat the bosses in this game though. Each boss is pretty simplistic, but even then the game gives you with a double Aku Aku mask for each fight. So just in case you do take damage, you can still easily win, making the final battle against Cortex, which is the toughest boss in the game, still relatively easy. It would be nice to see some of these bosses get another chance in a future Crash game. The likes of Pinstripe and Koala Kong were very sparsely used after this release. So there we go. Those are 5 things I loved and hated about Crash Bandicoot 1. A game I do have a love-hate relationship with. It's certainly not my favourite Crash game, but it does have a soft spot in my heart. I'll almost be certainly doing Crash Bandicoot 2, Warped, and possibly Crash Bash and CTR in the future. What are some things you love and hate about this game? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. But for now, take care and leave me alone.